You miss the train I'm on, you will know that I have gone. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles. 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles. Good afternoon and namaste to every students. How are you all today? Hope you all the students are fine. So as per the song in the beginning, hope all the students are grabbing their opportunity without missing anything, because opportunity comes to our life, but the things which we get or the chances which we get, if they are grabbed promptly, then we'll have no doubt that we will be reaching to the top of the success. So, hoping your carefulness, sincerity and patience in all the work that you are doing, that you have been performing, I would like to welcome all the students in today's English session. Going to the students of grade 5, dragging your attention towards the last class, that is earlier class, we have completed one of the sections from grammar, that was articles. In articles, we have learned what are they and where are we using the different articles in a sentence or in our daily language. So today, in the same way, we are going to touch the different content from grammar itself. You may be thinking that why every time the teacher has opened the text of grammar only. Remember children, when we are talking about English language, we basically focus on grammar in the beginning, and then only our speaking, reading and writing would be perfect. But remember that in our upcoming classes, we'll be going for some of the literary works also, like however we had completed developing the stories in our former class. Is it all right children? So, at once, now with no any delay, I have already exposed that the topic for today. So, with no any delay, I would like to get your attention towards conjunction. Do you know children, when we have to join two different words or two different sentences or two or more than two different sentences, we have to use conjunction. The words used to join the words, two different or more than two words or sentences, if the words are used to join, they are called conjunction. Conjunction also are called joining words, because they would join, they get the relation, they try to connect, so that we call them joining words. Now let's get the complete introduction or definition of conjunction from our slide today. A conjunction is a word which is used to join other words, phrases and clauses together in the sentences. Without conjunction, we can make very simple sentence only. So, this is all about the conjunction. They are useful to join to make the sentences compound or complex. Without conjunction, if we are using the sentence, then they are very simple sentence. For example, if I say you, the teacher is teaching grammar today, that is very simple sentence. There is no any conjunction or connection among the words or among the sentences. But now dear children, let me provide you the example, one more example where we can get the use of conjunction. So, let's have a look at the example here. If I write Sahil is very handsome. The first sentence, it's very, Sahil is very handsome. The next one sentence, let me write Sahil is very intelligent in terms of reading, in terms of IQ, in terms of many more things if he is taken intelligent. Now here we have two different sentences including the same naming words or same subject. It's Sahil. So now beside writing two different sentences with the use of different adjectives of the same subjects, let's have a look. How do we combine both of these sentences by using the joining words? So here if we write Sahil for a single time, Sahil is. Now you need to go for finding what are those two adjectives used to describe Sahil. It's very handsome, very intelligent. Now here also we have Sahil. Commonly Sahil is written here, is written already. Now very handsome and now we have used the word and to join the sentences, handsome and intelligent. So here the use of and made the words or made the sentences easier to understand. Beside that, this also shows the two different sentences are joined. So this is the way. How do we use the conjunction? How do we use the joining words? Theoretically, if we go to some more introduction of conjunction, we can get three different or three basic forms of conjunction. Let's have a look at those basic forms of conjunction. The first one form is single conjunction. In the earlier sentence, we have used the word and. Two different sentences are used and with the help of and we have joined together. So the single word which was helpful for joining the two different sentences to make it compound sentence, that is what we call single conjunction. Single word, single meaning. So that is single conjunction. Then we go for the another basic form of the conjunction, that is compound conjunction. The examples also you could see there in your slide as well. So we have the second type or second basic forms of conjunction. It's called compound conjunction. Compound conjunction includes some of the word like that of as or that itself at the end. For example, provided that, as long as, in order that. So here we can get the second basic forms, that is compound conjunction. Compound conjunction denotes to such conjunction or such joining words which consist of as or that at the end of them. Other words also will be there. Like if I say you, if the people get something new. If the people get something new, that is one of the situation. So if I say you, if they are getting something new, then I would say you that the people are getting new clothes in order to that of getting smart. In order to that of getting smart. So that is what we call compound conjunction. Similarly, in the third type of or third basic forms of conjunction, we could get correlative conjunction. Two different words will be used there, two different conjunction will be used there to show the relation or to connect, correlative. So here we have some of the examples of correlative conjunction. They are either or, neither nor, neither nor. They are the two different words which are inseparable. If we use either, then obviously we have to use or. If we use neither, then obviously we have to use nor. So, the inseparable words which are used in the sentence in order to show the connection, that is called correlative conjunction. Beside that, children, we also have to go for finding the different kinds of conjunction. So far, we have learned three different basic forms of conjunction. In the same way, we also have three different types of conjunction as well. You can check it in your slide. There are three kinds of conjunction on the basis of their function. How they are used in the sentence, why they are used in the sentence, where they are used in the sentence. That also will be made applicable to you as well. But first and foremost thing is finding their types. So, in the first type of conjunction, we could get coordinating conjunction. Coordinating conjunction. Coordinating conjunction consists of the example like and, but, so, yet. The broken part of the second sentences will be joined with the first part of the sentences in such type of conjunction. Like in the former example, we have used and, but. If you have noticed, in the beginning there were two different sentences, but beside that, getting the coordination of the different words in the sentence, we added it, we joined it. Not the complete 100% parts of the sentence, but combinedly two different sentences were made 100%, adding their broken part. So, they are called coordinating conjunction. I have given you the example there on your slide as well. It's and, but, so, yet. The next one is there, that is also the second type of the conjunction. It's subordinating conjunction. Subordinating conjunctions are used in such condition where the two different conditions would be provided to us, but they cannot be broken down. Like for example, I have not gone to school today. I have not gone to school today. I am sick. The reason of my absence in school is sickness, but if we have to join those two different sentences, then obviously what we have to write? I have not gone to school today because I was sick. The complete part of those two sentences were used there. So, that is called subordinating conjunction. Two different sentences, complete 100% sentences of two different types are used there. So, in the similar way, another one more example I would like to provide you there. Although I have done well in the examination, I could not pass. I have done 100%. I have done very good in examination. I could not pass the exam. So, those two different conditions were joined there by using the single conjunction, but none of the words or none of the clauses were removed from both of the sentences. So, that is what we call the clause is subordinating clause. The next one, it's obviously correlative clause. Correlative clause. In the former examples with the basic forms also we have seen already what are the examples of correlative conjunction. In correlative conjunction, the inseparable words will be there. If we use either, obviously we need to use or. If we have to use neither, obviously we have to use nor. So these are the words to be used as the joining words in the correlative types. Now let us find out what are the different positions of them. Remember children, I have already informed to you, we are focusing on the theoretical knowledge of conjunction today. The exercise obviously we'll be having at the end of the class so far if it is possible. Otherwise, we'll be going for the exercise practice in our next class as well. So, remembering the points of the use of conjunction, we are going for the finding the position of those all the conjunction today. How can we use or where can we use the coordinating conjunction, where can we use subordinating conjunction, and where can we use correlative conjunction? Let's see the first point related to coordinating conjunction on your slide as well. Coordinating conjunction always comes between the words or clauses that they join. Again, I'd like to drag your attention towards the first example where we have added the sentences using and. I would clarify regarding what are the clauses or what are subordinating or coordinating. So later on I will be specifying that too. So before that, let's find out the position of the coordinating clause. Coordinating clause are generally used or they always comes between the words or clauses that they join. Here in the sentence we have written Sahil is very handsome and intelligent. Very handsome and intelligent, they are the clauses. So in the same way, we also have another example. Bill and Sima are good friends. Bill and Sima are good friends. So in the similar way, we also have the next types of conjunction, that is subordinating conjunction. So now let's find out where shall we use or what's the position of subordinating conjunction in a sentence. Let's have a look there. Subordinating conjunction usually come at the beginning of the subordinate clause. Don't be confused children. I have provided you one more example. Although I have done well in the examination, I could not pass. Although I have done well in the examination, I could not pass. The word although is used there. The conjunction although is used there in order to show the subordinate conjunction. And that's what we have used in the beginning. But you don't have to be confused whether they can only be used in the beginning of the sentence or not. It also can be used sometimes in the middle of the sentence. Like, I could not pass the exam although I have done well. That can be used in the middle. So, wherever they are preferable or wherever they have their suitability, there you have to use it. If it is all right to all the students, hoping that all the students are making the notes of this all the knowledge and understanding regarding conjunction, we are moving to the next types of conjunctions, that is correlative conjunction. The use of correlative conjunction or the position of correlative conjunction. They are the pair of words. We knew already they are inseparable. If we use one of them, others obviously have to be used. They are used generally to show the correlation among the subjects in a sentence. Either my mother or my father. Either my mother. The comparison is not there, but part of emphasize or preferable or preference is there. Either my mother or my father. We'll have to do it. We'll have to do it. Is it okay? Okay. So this is all about the correlative conjunction used in the sentence. So now for your easiness, I have said some of the terms there. You may be confused about what are clauses, what the teacher has said about clause. We have heard words, we have heard sentences, we have heard phrase. Then what's the meaning of clause? That also I will specify you. Beside that, I also have expressed subordinating clause and coordinating clause there. So let us find out what are those, or what are the meanings of clause, subordinating clause and coordinating clause. That's the only for your easiness we are doing. So here we have the first one. A clause is a part of sentence. Remember children, a clause is a part of sentence which consists of a subject, that is either naming word or pronoun, or the starting words of the sentence we know, a subject, a verb, an object or other elements. So this is what we can take the definition of clause. Similarly, I also have announced the coordinating clause. Don't be confused children. While we are reading the conjunction, we must have to know it. A coordinating clause is made by using a coordinating conjunction. What are those coordinating conjunction? We knew from the beginning when we were talking about the types of conjunction. They are and, but, yet. So in the same way, another one is also there. It's all about subordinating clause. That also we have heard in the beginning when we were talking about the joining words, that is subordinating conjunction. Here a subordinating clause is made by using subordinating conjunction. Remember the example. Although I have done well in the examination, I could not pass. Although I have done well in the examination, I could not pass. Now let's find out what are the subordinating clause in that sentence. A subordinating clause is made by using subordinating conjunction. That means although I have done well in the examination is subordinating clause using the subordinating conjunction. So these are all about the different forms and different types of conjunctions that we have learned today. And now for your more clearance, I would be providing some of the sentences to you. These are all about the example worked out only. It's not for you. You just have to give the glance towards those sentences to know where the different types of conjunctions are used. So far, if the time limit will not be crossed, we will be talking about the different ways how they are used. Okay, let's have a look at the sentences given as the example worked out. The first example we have got there. It's she has a son and a daughter. The two different sentences, she has a son, she has a daughter, are joined together by using the first word, that is single conjunction and coordinating conjunction, which is also called she has a son and a daughter. The next one is there. I could not attend the program because I was sick. Because Ram went to the market in order to buy vegetable, in order to I want to work as an interpreter in the future, so I am studying English at university. So, and the last one with correlative clause or with correlative conjunctions, we have used the sentence there. Either his mother or father will come to receive him at the airport. So, dear children, these are all about the examples. How do we use the different conjunction or the different joining words in the sentences? Hope all the students, they learnt well in today's class, and Even I hope that all the students have made a note in today's class as well for your easiness. Hopefully, the next time we'll be meeting together with a new topic either from English literature or from grammar. So, keep on practicing and keep on studying for your betterment, for your upgradation. Thank you so much for today.